Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best Wrestler Alive Platinum match, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
We Are Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker. Featuring your hosts, Dan Eddy and Donnie. We Are Wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie here with...
What is going on? We are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide. It has been 1/4 actually of the We Are Wrestling podcast, and we got a pretty stacked show for you guys today. It's going to be a really good time. Put your fucking belt away, Hollywood. What's going on, Dan? How you doing?
Donnie, it's been like 10 seconds, bro.
Bitch.
And you already know what's going to happen next week. And still.
Dropping it. But yeah, I'm here. It's been exhausted this last week or so. Work's been killing me, but I am making it, and we are going to get through it. So
That's right. We are live on a Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like always, over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. What's going on, Josh Toy Show? If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac already and you're listening to this episode, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download this episode and all the previous episodes. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content. And you get these episodes live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers. We recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know the grind is real.
Yeah.
So, how's your guys' week been?
Fucking tiring and exhausting. I hate it. I just want to sleep for another 14 hours. How's your week been?
Speaking of 14 hours, that's how many hours I've worked of overtime already. It's only Wednesday, so.
Damn.
The grind is real.
The grind is fucking real.
Yes, the dude's about to cry.
Hence the coffee right now. Fresh batch of coffee.
Hey, Dan, I do got to ask you, how do you feel about being 2-0 in the NFL?
Feels pretty good. Thank you, Cowboys. Thank you, Jerry.
That's right. My team, the Rams, we're 2-0 as well.
Ooh.
What he said.
Oh, come on. I was
You beat the Titans. Calm down, buddy. Calm down.
Oh, we got a big game against the Eagles this weekend. Big one.
Yeah, what he said.
But I did go to this past Monday. I did go to Monday Night Raw.
Rachel's like, I know football.
He's like Seth Rollins. I hate football. But I did go to Monday Night Raw this past Monday in Springfield.
Oh, shit. You got a towel, too? That's cool.
I did.
Donnie was on Netflix.
I was on Netflix.
What? Nice. You got to send me the second mark or the timestamp.
I don't know where I would be. It was a packed crowd, though. Mass Mutual, they sold it out. It was pretty good.
I've never been to Massachusetts or like the East Coast around
It's
that area.
weird
that stadium pretty huge.
Seeing our home arena on Netflix. It's weird. And I also saw a lot of people I know on the screen. I'm like, this is like fucking meta as fuck.
That was
dude.
me
it's weird.
like a week or two ago with Milwaukee.
Yeah, John Cena hit the
And
fucking
then
local coffee shop that we go to sometimes.
SmackDown was on,
Really
SmackDown
close
was in
to me.
Green Bay. I think,
Yeah, he
like
was
a couple
2
weeks
minutes.
ago.
He was a 2-minute walk from my fucking brother's house. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. But this week, guys, we have a crazy week because we have not just one live watch along this Saturday, but we have two. AEW All Out and WWE WrestlePalooza on ESPN Unlimited, which I don't even think I have. So I don't know how I'm going to watch it Saturday.
I don't even know how. If you don't know
I
how
don't
to
either.
watch it Saturday, I don't fucking know how to watch Saturday either.
Hopefully they're not like Netflix and be all stingy with the password sharing and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll buy it.
I know I'm probably going to have to end up buying it. The things I do for the We Are Wrestling Maniacs. That's why you guys need to subscribe. And
Yeah.
speaking of super chats, we might as well talk about it here because we did get $2 super chat last night on the WWE NXT watch along. So now we are at $93 more by the end of September to see Dan Eddy do the Scotty Too Hottie dance in public. So if you guys want to see that, we're halfway through the month. We got to get to that $100 super chat goal.
I feel like we're gonna hit it after Palooza. I'm kind of afraid that
I think we're gonna get it by the end of the month.
Oh, by the end of the month, yeah. We still got
Now,
said
not yet.
September.
I still got to go through that fucking table or that
You
fucking
do.
that door.
That's
We gotta figure
true.
that
I
out.
feel like that's gonna be happening probably on Blitzkrieg weekend, probably.
More than likely.
So I think that's when the next time we'll be seeing each other.
Yeah.
Because you've been
And-
going to concerts, I've been going to wrestling shows. Dan Eddy has just been watching football.
Yeah,
We're all living our life.
just here, yeah, hanging around.
A wonderful life.
Oh, felt cool.
Post this.
All right. Well, every week here on the We Are Wrestling podcast, we do this thing called the Power of the Poll, where every week we recommend all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs to go to our community tab over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel and vote. And believe it or not, Ben, I'm going to let you take this away because this was your idea for this week's Power of the Poll.
So this week's Power of the Poll, we asked you guys which superstar got the quietest pop, little to no sound based on their return. And the numbers are in. So what we got? Oh, wait, did I fuck it up?
Yes, you did. Here it is.
Yes! That's right, we don't do that no more.
Rated our production.
Anything can happen when you're live.
Here are the results. And the most silent return pop, the winner is Lord Tensai. What the hell's going on?
I don't know, just put it
Oh,
on
it's blue. Why does it do that?
Wait,
Why does it do that? Oh my goodness.
wait a minute. Put the result back up.
I
There's
will.
Lord Tensai.
Oh, what the hell's going on, man? We're having technical difficulties here.
That's
Anything can happen
only
when you're live. Oh my goodness. Here it is. The most silent return pop, Lord Tensai.
that's only 99%.
Lord Tensai got 44%, while 22% for both Eva Marie and Brian Christopher, and 11% picked D'Lo Brown. How do we feel about this?
So I'm gonna be honest. I think I remember watching Lord Tensai show up, but like I don't remember how quiet it was. I remember how quiet it was when Brian Christopher came out, dude. That shit was bad. That was bad.
It was pretty bad.
That's
Well,
what I would have voted for.
I don't know. You guys are crazy. Eva Marie should have gotten it, but honestly, I could see why people pick Lord Tensai because he was like in the Attitude Era. He was in Ruthless Aggression as
Yeah.
Albert A-Train. So then going from that to Lord Tensai, I could definitely see why it was so silent. And it was around like a weird time he debuted this new gimmick that didn't get over. So I don't know. I kind of agree with the Maniacs here on this one.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Wasn't that A-Train originally?
That was A-Train, yes.
Oh god, and they made him pretend he was fucking Japanese.
Well, he
Oh,
did.
God.
He actually did get pretty big in New Japan Pro Wrestling when he left WWE.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
why he
But the
did
fact that they made him like pretend he actually was fucking wild. That was so wild.
It was.
Make you believe anything. They made me believe Undertaker and Kane were brothers in real life for years. So
All right. Well, next week for the power of the poll, the vote is up now, and we asked you guys which version of Bailey is your favorite. And I thought that this would be a fun one for next week's power of the poll because if you guys didn't watch this past Monday on Raw in Springfield, Mass, she did tease a new character with multiple personalities. So I thought that this would be a fun little power of the poll and kind of go back and see which Bailey do we like the best.
So she wasn't just the hugger Bailey?
Huh?
She wasn't just the hugger Bailey? Because that's all I saw.
No. Backstage, she, because Lyra Valkyria went into her locker room to like thank her for having her back, and then Bailey started doing the whole ding dong hello thing.
Oh God.
Like showing like the crazy side of her, and then
I don't know
like,
about
Lyra
crazy, but more annoying.
But yeah, annoying side of her. But if you guys want to go vote on that, you can do that now over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel in our community tab, and we'll talk about it then. All right,
Yeah.
let's get into our We Are Wrestling highlight of the week. What is your highlight of the week this week?
Mine was NXT Homecoming last night when we got Rhea Ripley and Stephanie back here doing the demon kiss and pointing out Booker T. And he was just like, hey, hey, hey.
Booker T, I thought was going to fall out of his chair.
I fell out of my fucking chair. I felt myself still busting a nut next month.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude, that shit was awesome. But in all seriousness though, yes, that is absolutely my highlight of the week. But I gotta say, honestly, Homecoming as a whole, just because like it felt big, it felt like that there's plants. Wow, seeds being planted. It was really cool seeing Finn Balor back with his OG theme again, doing his OG moves, and like had nothing to do with Judgment Day. You know, it was just it was cool seeing Triple H back on NXT again, which is a massive fucking thing because again, he's the fucking the daddy of NXT. And yeah, that just having the fans have that again was really, really cool. And you know, Lyra Valkyria finally got to go wrestle at Full Sail. So, hey. Cool.
Dude, oh my
Cool.
God. Even getting like Johnny Wrestling's like Rebel Heart and even getting like Tommaso Ciampa's No One Will Survive. Like
James Storm was on the fucking show too in the beginning.
Yeah, the little intro video. Yes.
Yeah.
Did catch
James
that.
Storm was on it. Yeah.
But like one thing I learned from NXT Homecoming, and I'm sure you guys could definitely both agree with me on this.
What's up?
Man, they really need to fix these theme songs on the main roster. Like the music is so bad on Raw and SmackDown because you
mean like the mix or like just like the Def Rebel?
Like just in general, Def Rebel's gotta go. Because
well,
like
apparently
like
we're supposed to be getting actual artists now, but you know when the fuck's that happening? It only happened for Becky.
Yeah, I thought Def Rebel's like contract expired like at the end of
technically Bailey
2024.
Wait, did Bailey get her fucking Paramore song finally?
No, but I think
no.
In the beginning of her song, it's Haley Williams saying "Role Model," not Bailey. So that's why I said technically it's not like the entire.
Oh wait,
song.
that's Haley Williams saying "Role Model."
I believe so. I might be wrong.
I didn't know that.
It sounds like her though. Like it
I'm
really
sorry.
does sound like her.
It just I don't know, man. I don't know what you mean, but I kind of do. Give me some more details. Like is it the mix?
When she walks out.
No, not you, bro. I'm talking about Donnie.
Oh, okay. So what I'm trying to say is, like with the music, like it just like seeing Finn Balor come out to his old theme was something special.
Oh,
and it's like the aura of Finn Balor. Like, where has this Finn Balor been for years?
In Judgment Day.
Yeah, wasting time.
He doesn't need to
Prince
go on
Devitt. I want the demon back.
Well, they've been teasing the demon for a while now, especially like the last few weeks.
But like also like here's what I'm also trying to say too, like with the NXT themes, seeing like Johnny come out to Rebel Heart and the crowd singing it, like there's just something missing on the main roster because a lot of the times back in the day, whether it was Jim Johnson or CFO or licensed artist, like the music mattered to the character, and that's why us fans got so like invested in the music.
Homecoming, if that's not the way they were going, they should have brought back old gimmicks, old theme songs, old attire. Like they should have had Rhea come back out with something more like leaning to her NXT days, like her old tights and shit. Like that would have been sweet.
Well,
Then
I know
would have been like, now we're going for a fucking blast of the past. It would have been huge.
because I know Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Wrestling brought back old tights that they wore like during
I
NXT,
saw that,
which was cool. And I do feel so bad for Bobby Roode. That was a missed opportunity. Him and
Big E.
Joe Hendry. Big E should have been there. I agree.
He was in catering, supposed to be there. He got an invitation, but they ended up not using him at all. And he was a fucking champion too. So it's like, bro.
Dude, I love the 5 count he used to do in the early days. That was so much fun.
What was your highlight of the week? Eddie.
Ooh. Oh, you took all of mine.
I took all of them?
Yeah, well, my first one was
I was gonna say,
dibs, by the way.
Yeah, he called dibs in our chat.
Oh, he did?
The moment. And then I was gonna say the honorable mention was Finn Balor. So I'll just cheat and steal the thumbnail and say when Brock Lesnar ripped his pants open.
Oh my god!
I saw it.
Yeah, when Brock Lesnar ripped his pants, this guy right here ripped his fucking
It is
pants.
on also that Rage broke the bro code.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
Brock
broke the bro
Lesnar
code?
and it was funny, like at the end of
Yeah,
Brock
he was
Lesnar, when he was talking to John the Stewart, the camera guy, he goes,
Yeah.
"Look at my blue underpants."
Yeah,
He's like, I ripped my goddamn pants, Stu. He just looks like laughing.
Brock.
He's dapping people even though he's a fucking heel. He's just like, I ripped my goddamn
He's just having
pants,
a great ass
Stu.
time as a heel. It's like
It's great.
he wants to be liked, but he's also the heel.
I love that he's breaking
fuck.
fucking rules that way, but who the fuck is gonna yell at him at the other end of the curtain? Fucking nobody. He's the only one that can blur this fucking line.
And he's
nobody
close
knows.
to, and that's the thing too. Like he's close to ending his career as well.
Oh yeah, this is for Cena specifically.
Mm-hmm. But I gotta say, my highlight of the week, it's got to be taking Meadow to her first WWE show, Monday Night Raw.
Oh, you cute son of a bitch. Oh, you
That was the first show ever?
fucking romantic.
This was her first WWE show ever.
Wow, that's awesome.
But like also seeing John Cena one final time at the Mass Mutual Center, that was a cool moment because growing up, like WWE would have house shows at the Mass Mutual Center for years, and John Cena would main event a lot of these shows. So it was just kind of cool to see them broadcast live on Netflix, Monday Night Raw, and it really felt like it brought the city of Springfield all together. Because even the block party was pretty damn cool that they did before letting people in.
Some of the superstars had to have gone there. Some of the superstars had to have gone, just like walked around and shit.
Yeah, I think there are like, I know some of the wrestlers, I know Danny Huckins was sending us things like, I know the Creed brothers, they were at the Basketball Hall of Fame earlier that day. I don't know. They're going all around Springfield. John Cena went to a couple local businesses.
Notice that Cena's all the pictures you see Cena are out of the hood. They're all in fucking 16 acres. Even he fucking knew. He was just like, bitch, I'm from here, motherfucker. Like, I know where I'm not walking. And he went all 16 acres. I'm like,
and you see, here's
that's
the thing.
a good neighborhood.
And here's the thing. The only people that would understand this is if you're from Springfield.
Is you, me, Huckins, and Cena. And even Cena's like, hey, fucking downtown. He's like, fucking Dwight Street, fucking Center Street. Nah, bitch, we're going all the way to fucking now. We're going 16 acres, motherfucker.
16 acres.
Parker Street. I'm trying to see how that changed over the years.
Yeah, because Eddie even went to he went to a coffee shop earlier in the morning, and then
Socialite,
after the show, he went to Casabella, an Italian restaurant.
I love that he's been supporting family-owned and small businesses while he's here, but he's also kind of like seeing, how the terrain has changed since he's been gone because for like, as he just said, that he went to Springfield College and he grew up in the States. So he is very familiar of everything that me and D are talking about right now. So yeah, he knows that 16 acres is what's up.
Also, one more highlight, getting home before 10:30 for a wrestling show. That never happens because I travel a lot to independent wrestling shows, travel to AEW.
It took you no time to get the fuck out of there?
No time at all. Dude, they just finished the parking over at Mass Mutual. Like, it's so quick to get out.
I'm going to break the fourth wall real quick. For anybody that does not know, Donnie is one of the best drivers I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. Like, I don't trust a lot of people transporting me, my child, anybody one of the first people I'd call in the middle of the night is fucking D. Be like, hey man, I'm stuck in fucking Rhode Island. I know it's a really shitty thing to ask, but can you come get me? Half asleep, fucking 3 blunts deep, I would still trust him.
Oh yeah,
100%.
get A to B. Never miss my oil changes.
Never misses them. I've seen it happen in real time.
We got a quick question here from Crazy 101. Do you think AEW should do an event, Mania Week in 2027, when WWE is in Saudi, to give indie events and conventions a chance to happen? And this is actually, and real quick, this is actually a good question because Bully Ray on Busted Open Radio was actually opening up this discussion, and he thinks that Tony Khan should have a show in the United States WrestleMania week so that fans that are upset about the Saudi thing, they can tune in.
Still thrive.
Hey, yeah, come over here. We got wrestling over
I don't know how I feel.
Just to give back to
I don't
the
know how I
fans.
feel about All In or like a show happening the week of Mania. I don't know how I feel about that because I think Tony Khan is better off letting WWE dig themselves a hole. Because
honestly,
look at how much less negative feedback they've been getting lately.
I'm gonna
It's minding
choose
their own
to see
business.
this in the non-political side of things. I think that this is great. I think that he should absolutely capitalize on that, and not necessarily for the money aspect, but for the fan aspect, because every fan in the United States, unless they're rich as fuck, are going to be missing out on WrestleMania for a year. Especially the fans that have had a continuous tradition going every year. Regardless of how expensive it is, they are not going to have this opportunity if it's taking place in Saudi. So it's a shitty situation. So I would say capitalize on it only for the fandom and for the community of sports.
Thanks, Big Mac. Appreciate it. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, honestly, like it might be a smart move for him to do that. I just get worried that like when he was taking shots at WWE doing things, it kind of backfired on him. So I don't want AEW, because right now they're taking steps in the right direction in this rebuild. I don't want them to go backwards. But I do think it would be good. It would be a good thing because then you can have WrestleCon happen, because usually WrestleCon happens WrestleMania week. You could maybe have some GCW shows happening in the area and make it an attraction. So honestly, that wouldn't be a bad solution for the people that like, because every year people do plan going to Mania, like vacations. So that wouldn't be a bad idea, I think.
No,
I just don't want them to go backwards. I don't want them to go backwards. That's my only concern.
And the thing of it too is they're starting to compete with TNA with the potential of them getting that TV special. So this will help them in the right direction as well.
Definitely agree with that. All right. Well, before we get into our topics for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, let's tell you guys what you can expect on this week's show. We're going to be talking about Andrade leaving WWE, which was out of nowhere. We're going to be giving our full predictions for WrestlePalooza, talk about all the matches that are happening. In our Getting Put Over segment, we're going to be putting over Mr. Perfect. We're going back old school, baby. And our main event topic this week will be the WrestleMania 43, the press conference, and all the news that has come out from this press conference this past week. But a couple things I do want to talk about because it is a marathon week on We Are Wrestling, and we do have a full schedule here of content you can expect, it's Wednesday. We're live, so we'll talk about the rest of the week. So if you guys haven't checked out the Charles Mason versus Zachary Wentz match that happened at Blitzkrieg Pro, you can go check that out. The full match is up on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. Then I also did do a live watch along for NXT Homecoming. So if you guys weren't there, you can watch the replay now. But it was a nice little last minute stream. Had a great time watching some NXT. Then, of course, right now we're live. This is what we're doing. Live episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. And you guys already know 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have to stop repeating ourselves. Then on Thursday, this is the breaking news here. Danny Huckins is returning to the We Are Wrestling podcast, and he will be joining me for a live episode of the We Are Wrestling Extra, and we're going to be doing our predictions for AEW All Out Toronto, live 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and I hope to see you guys there because we want to make this a new thing when we have WWE PLEs. Talk about extra news and all that stuff in the extras. Then on Friday, you are going to be getting the Monday Night Raw vlog. This was my fiance's first time at a WWE show, and it's a fun vlog. I'm going to try to get that all put together and uploaded to the channel. And then on Saturday, AEW All Out in the afternoon, live watch along, and of course, WWE WrestlePalooza to end the week off. It's a big week here on We Are Wrestling, so I hope you guys are excited, as I am.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
get it. That's a lot of wrestling.
That is a lot of wrestling and a lot of We Are Wrestling content, which is why you should subscribe to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel.
Yeah,
all right.
fucker.
Exactly.
Well, with that being said, now let's get into our first topic. And this was some breaking news that happened over the weekend. And I thought that, like, we were just going to get normal, regular news we could talk about on the extra, but this is some breaking news. Andrade has left WWE, and we do have a couple reports here that I am going to read. According to John Alba, multiple sources indicate that Andrade had at least one wellness policy violation during his most recent WWE run. It is not known how exactly he was in violation of the policy or whether or not he is in fact tested positive for a banned substance. WWE can suspend talent for failing to produce a test. It is also not clear if direct led to his release, but it was noted that he was suspended without pay as a result of it. He was also told to leave a taping last month and was escorted out of the building. A high level up source asserted this dismissal from the building was in relation to his most recent suspension, and that it affected major creative plans for his tag team with Rey Fenix. And the last news that we do have here about Andrade leaving, according to PW Insider, there's a rumor making the rounds that part of the issue with Andrade and WWE is that Andrade turned down a request to go work for AAA. Different sources said at no point was that request ever made, as Andrade was never seen included in any pitches for AAA creative ideas. Another story making the rounds is that Andrade was unable to be reached for several weeks as he left the United States to travel to another country in South America and didn't respond to WWE, which is what led to his release. What's your thoughts on Andrade pretty much getting released by WWE a few years ago, going to All Elite Wrestling? His contract runs up with AEW, and he makes his return to the WWE around 2024 Royal Rumble, and now he's leaving. 21 months.
At this point, it just seems like Andrade's the problem. He's never happy wherever he goes. He's not happy doing whatever he's doing. He seems to have this main character projected energy that nobody else sees. He's not, I wouldn't say, a world champion guy, especially in WWE ever. And that may be just like a language barrier thing. I think he's talented as hell. I don't think he has the it factor to be a top guy in WWE, and that's just, the bottom line. Like, I'm not shitting on him. It's just kind of just calling it as it is. But if he failed a wellness thing and he knew, then that's a negligence thing. That's an Andrade thing. If it was something that happened backstage somewhere, who knows? But at this point, as far as I can see it, Andrade's the problem everywhere. Like, he, I think, needs a good slice of humble pie, I guess. But no, I don't really have much to say about it other than, it's just repeated behavior, but a little bit more insubordinate at this point. And I'm seeing lacks of professionalism.
I will add to this real quick before you do give your thoughts, Dan, because going back in AEW, he did get into a physical fight with Sammy Guevara. That has been proven to be
That's a
thing that did happen in the news. And he did have some issues with creative with AEW because there was a time where he was lost in the shuffle. I think around the time CM Punk and the Elite, there's two separate groups that weren't getting along with backstage politics and stuff.
And let me guess, he was on the wrong side of it.
Yep. Well, he was on Team Punk, probably.
Oh, no. Okay, so he was on the good side of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Yep, probably why. But he has had issues throughout his run with attitude problems and stuff. It has been out there, even with his first WWE stint too.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, then he's the problem, man.
Yeah, he most definitely is the problem. It just seems unprofessional at this point. It kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth.
You can only defend it so much.
Yeah, behind the curtain, all this stuff is going on. It's kind of disappointing, to be honest, because you especially as a young wrestling fan too. like all the kids, they can look up to, these wrestling superstars. Some of them want to be like them growing up. And when you hear stuff like this going on, it's just leaves a sour taste in your mouth and disappoints not only the business, but it's just, a personal issue that he makes public and tries to bring the company down with him and makes it feel like it's all about him, which is not. So it's just unprofessional and disgusting, to be honest.
And that's the thing too, like, I'm really confused by these reports coming out because it just doesn't make sense to me. He was just at SummerSlam. Well, he was just at SummerSlam teaming with Rey Fenix. They were getting over with the crowd, and I thought that maybe they were going to win the tag titles, and then eventually it would lead to Andrade turning heel and then having a program with Rey Fenix in the process of it. So, like, I don't know, something is off about these reports, and I feel like we're not going to know until Andrade actually speaks up, which hasn't happened as of right now, as we're live here. The only thing he's pretty much done is thank WWE, just said, thank you, WWE, with a bunch of exclamation points, being a smartass in his tweet, and pretty much going back and forth with MJF. I don't know if it's a work or if it's serious, but MJF pretty much, one of the things MJF said was, because Andrade said, okay, see you soon. Be careful in Mexico. Because MJF was like kind of talking to him about like CMLL. And then MJF quote tweeted and said, A, I love Sammy. No, I don't, but I'm not him. Fucking try me. B, I'll boot you off the face of the earth faster than Charlotte booted you out of your house, amigo.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, he buried his shit.
So so right now, him and MJF are tweeting back and forth at each other. Don't know if it's a shoot. Don't know if it's real. But I think we're going to find out more information when he does do an interview and talks about it. Because I don't know. The things are adding up. But like you guys were both saying, like, this isn't the first time we've heard these reports. So it could be somewhat true with this. And it's unfortunate, I think, to Rey Fenix. Because I do think that the program, like if they did win tag titles and then eventually Andrade turned heel on him, like that could have really set Rey Fenix up for success, which is unfortunate. But I will say putting him against Sami Zayn in that open challenge, I think definitely was a good decision to do and kind of put him over there. But I kind of feel bad for Rey Fenix out of everybody with this situation. Hey, I said it from the get-go. Eventually, these WWE to AEW back to WWE things were going to be a problem, and Andrade is the first of many.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I got to say about this.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I think it is time to get into the WWE WrestlePalooza predictions.
Yeah.
And we put the... anything can happen when you're live. Take a drink. So for the predictions, we have a new concept that we like to do with the We Are Wrestling Championship. So the way this works, we have 5 official matches for WWE WrestlePalooza as we're recording this live episode on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. And the way this works is we have the matches. We're going to talk about it, how we feel about the build-up leading to the match, the potential of how good the match can be. And then, of course, we got to pick a winner, and whoever has the most wins is your We Are Wrestling champion. And currently, I am the reigning and defending champion. For now.
We're on a reign of terror.
We are on a reign of terror. And I will say this right now. WrestlePalooza, I have a feeling that I might lose this title with some of my predictions that I have. So I think that the show is unpredictable.
You say that every time, Donnie. Let's just get to the fucking prediction, Hollywood.
You're so humble. Oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. When Danny Huckins comes back, I am pretty damn scared because I feel like he's going to take this title from me.
Watch him comes up in the chat. Be like, don't be scared now.
You're making a mistake. Just like
All
you're
right.
making a
You're
mistake.
saying his name, he's gonna appear.
That
All
title's
right.
gonna have cat claws all over it.
Say his name and he appears.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get him like shrink wrap for the title, protect the
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the build up for WrestlePalooza. What's your thoughts on the way they built this show up? Because this is the first time WWE is doing this premiere live event.
I mean, if it's a new pay-per-view, PLE rather. There's not really a solid way much to build it up when you have so many things going on. It's just another name for another fucking PLE. Danny, don't be scared.
Oh, I'm holding on to this championship for your life, Danny.
Yeah, say his name and he
scared.
appears. Exactly.
Say his name and he appears. He'll be appearing next week on the We Are Wrestling podcast.
So when it
Okay.
comes to the build up
And
for
tomorrow.
WrestlePalooza, it's been okay. It's been as good as it can be. I'll say it's been as good as it can go.
Yeah, I think
It's
for
literally
a
it.
brand new PLE, I mean, you can't really get much build up going on like months prior. You kind of have to go as
Months
flow.
prior, they only announced what the fuck the name was like a month ago.
Well, that's
Go
what I'm
head to head
saying
with
too.
AW All Out.
That's what I'm saying too. Yeah, just to go out with AEW again.
Yeah.
I think the new
Give us
ESPN
bad
deal
blood.
definitely helped a lot. And now with the AJ Lee return, like just prior to WrestlePalooza, and then they set the match for the mixed tag team for WrestlePalooza. That helped a ton, I think. And a little bit helped too that they didn't get the matches that we wanted to see for, I think it was Clash of Paris. Then like with Stephanie Valkyrie and with Dirty Dom and AJ Styles, they didn't want to do all those. So then they just kind of threw it to the WrestlePalooza to help kind of build this new PLE. So I think that kind of helped too.
Well, you also do have to get people over to this new ESPN Unlimited. I thought, like, until this week, I thought it was going to be on regular ESPN. I thought if, like, you had YouTube TV, you were fine. But I guess I'm wrong from what people have told me.
Yeah, it's kind of like when a UFC fight is going on, you have to pay for that.
Yeah, it's like unlimited or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Which is unfortunate. Which I know that's why there is a lot of WWE fans that are not watching it anymore. I know our buddy from Blitzkrieg, Dan, he's done watching WWE because he doesn't want to pay the $30 a month for ESPN.
Don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. But I will say this. I think they did a good job with the little time that they had. I think a lot of these matches are going to be fun. I think it's going to be
bangers.
cool. They're going to be bangers.
Yeah, I was going to say that. They're going to be bangers.
And I want to say this too. I think getting the Usos back together, first time teaming in a long time, I think having that on the card is good.
Oh.
I think also getting Cena and Brock Lesnar is also another good thing as well. And even getting the return of AJ Lee inside the ring. I think that that's all worth watching.
If you have Hulu Live TV, apparently you get access to ESPN app.
Yeah, but then doesn't that cost like freaking like $30 a month?
I mean, I have the ESPN app, but I feel like you still have to pay for it separately, don't you know?
Well,
Oh,
one
wait,
way to
Disney.
find out.
Oh yeah, Disney Plus too. They have like a bundle thing.
Yeah, Daisy Plus.
Daisy Plus.
These nuts.
Yeah, like the Donkey Brook match, man. Daisy Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
The Donkey Brook match. That was great.
All in all, though, the build has been pretty solid for what it could be. You know, for as much as they could do to promote it, it's as good as it got.
I agree. All right. Well, let's get into the matches. Starting things off for the WWE Undisputed Championship, Cody Rhodes will be defending his title against Drew McIntyre.
Boy, this one's kind of hard. This one I don't know. So originally I would say, honestly, I could see a shock happening and I could see Drew fucking picking it because apparently he's going to be getting a monster push. But at the same time, after what he just did to Randy on Friday, I don't know now because Randy was fucking mad, bro. Like vocally mad on live TV when Drew flipped him on the fucking ropes, and he walked away, no-sold his shit, and fucking dapped up a fan while Drew's punching him, and then he's yelling in the camera, fucking 25 years I've goddamn worked here, and nobody's throwing me against the goddamn ropes. I was just like, oh shit, bro. He was it was another, Randy had snapped back into 09 Randy for like a split second there, bro. Like he almost went back in time and genuinely
Stupid.
literally that. But he didn't. He was able to keep it professional. I guarantee he definitely gave Drew a lashing across the fucking verbals. when they got behind the curtain. But this one seems very unpredictable. But I don't see Drew winning it at a random first time thing unless that's what they're trying to do. And like, kind of like usher in a whole new era. But I don't see that happening here.
This is the first time on ESPN Unlimited, and they are going to do some shocking things. So, like, everybody could say what they want. Oh, this PLE is predictable. It's not.
It's not.
Because you need to get people to want to spend $29.99 a month.
I'm looking at the card right now. There's not a match that I think is super predictable.
Yeah. Except for one, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. We ain't there yet, but we'll get there.
I think we're talking about the same one.
Hey, Omar. He's listening to us while driving home from work.
Good shit, Omar. You the shit.
Thanks, Omar. Keep both hands on the wheel and your seat buckle on.
But your ears peeled for the juicy shit that's about to flow.
10 on 2, straight on through.
Yeah.
I just made that up. But I kind of feel the same way with this match. It's super unpredictable in a way that there's so many routes that they can take. And to Rage's point, where they could do something crazy for this first PLE ever premiere, and I feel like Randy Orton is going to be involved in some old way, film fashion, however the phrase goes. And I think it's just too soon for Drew to get the belt or to take the belt off Cody for that matter. And I think, that's just not quite, but you never know with TKO at this point.
Yeah, you see here, there's some factors that I am also thinking about as well. Cody Rhodes, isn't he still filming Street Fighter?
He is.
I think it got done, didn't it? Because Roman Reigns got done, right?
No, dude. They're doing this around their schedules. Roman's
I think it ends
filming his shit right now, which is
doesn't Street Fighter like the tapings end like before Survivor Series?
Before Survivor Series, but that's still a couple months away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes months for a movie to be filmed, man.
Yeah, I was looking into the VPN too, Daddy. I was looking into that as well. Because Stephanie McMahon advertised it on her podcast, which I'm surprised that she did that.
I'm still shocked about that too, yeah.
But I will say this, Cody and Drew, it disappoints me because I have a feeling Cody's going to win. I just want Drew McIntyre to hold the big one and have a good long title run. But then again, they could do something shocking here. So, I don't know. This is definitely a tough one. It might sound easy, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Big Mac said Cody was done filming.
So we do have to... Oh, he is done filming? All right, then my final answer is going to be Cody Rhodes. That's who I got.
Who you got, Dan? You go first.
I have Cody retaining, and I believe the long-term story will be eventually having a match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for that title. Just kind of long-term storytelling. So I'm going to have Cody retaining.
All right, that's okay.
Got Cody retaining.
All right, so we all got Cody Rhodes retaining. All right.
Yeah. I'm marking mine down this time because I ask you guys every week. What do they do again?
Yep, I just want to make sure. So final answers, we all got Cody Rhodes, correct?
Yep.
All right, well, moving on now to our next match here on the card. We have a tag match. The Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now, this match I could see going both ways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nah, nah, man. Nah. For Nana particularly.
Nana.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Nana particularly.
I know where you're going with this.
I got Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker winning this with the help of LA Knight joining the Vision. I think there is some great things destined for LA Knight. I think we're in for, again, a shock factor, and I think this is where we're going to put some respect on heel LA Knight's name. So it's going to be a big one. So that's all I'm going to say. I've kind of enjoyed the build up here. There's been kind of a story going on. But ultimately, I'm just going to lock in on Braun and Bronson.
Yeah, that's honestly what I have.
Yeah,
I had that in my
With
head
LA
too.
Knight.
Literally the same reason too.
Dude,
They
LA Knight's
planted that
turning.
seed. Oh yeah,
He's turning on Jay completely. He's gonna
justifiably
cost the
too.
Usos. Yep.
And
yeah.
to add on to that, because he kind of hinted at it when LA Knight was talking to Jimmy, Big Jim, in the locker room, saying he was the reason why I lost his title. Jimmy was the reason why I lost to Roman Reigns. So they could just have him steer right into the vision.
Yeah. So I think LA Knight's gonna be turning, and that's the boiling point. Is he's
All I
gonna
know is-
ultimately fuck them.
All I know is I want Dummy. Yeah. Now that
Yeah.
he's gonna be a heel.
I've
Dummy.
wanted that this whole time.
All right, so are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
all right.
am. I'm in agreement with LA Knight.
It's gonna be
because
a
here's the
banger of
thing,
a match,
too.
though.
I also want to point out too, a lot of people forget that LA Knight, he does work a lot better as a heel throughout his career. The stuff he
Yeah.
did with Eli Drake, early NXT, early main roster, like we only got like an appetizer of what he
Yeah.
can do. And I think him as a heel could work.
And to add on to that, you don't really think of too many baby faces during the Attitude Era working out. There was a lot of the heels and like the heel versus heel with like The Rock and Stone Cold back in the day. And they're
I got you.
like basically transferring that into LA Knight in this generation too.
Yeah, and then the last thing I'm going to say too about LA Knight, like even with him as a heel, like I think there's just more opportunities for him because there's already so many baby faces on the Raw brand that we kind of do need to have like a mid-card heel in LA Knight.
And
All right.
It's funny to think about how we got the Dominico doll from Finn Balor before we got Dummy, yeah, the LA Knight.
All right, well, moving on now to our third match on the card for the vacant Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie.
So I'm 100% gonna say this. Stephanie got this in the bag. She's been being built up as fucking. Hold on. Fucking retarded. Sorry. Fucking dude just keeps. Anyways, they've been really building it up for her to win the world title this entire time. She's heavily beloved by the fans. She was already, again, 11 years deep in Japan. You know, she already made a fucking name for herself out elsewhere. The pacing for her to go to main roster has been perfect. And she's red fucking hot right now. And with everything that they've kind of been building around it, it's her time now, dude. It's her time. Io, it's a perfect person to go against to win the big one, especially in terms of, like, you know, logistically where they're at. I think they're going to pull the trigger. I think just all signs point to it, man. I don't think that they would slap it on Io a third time this soon, because it's like, all right, if you're going to give her the title 3 times in between this quickly in a timeline, is she going to finally do something other than I'm the women's champion and this is why I'm the best? Like, no. Give me somebody that has more substance than that genuinely needs that. And right now, Stephanie's perfect. Like, it's just
Stephanie right now, here's the better term. Stephanie is over right
That's
now.
what. There's a couple ways they can go about this, and I believe both ways will help Stephanie Valkyrie win the title, especially with a vacant title. First, they have to have her pinned up against a opponent. It's like, especially like in terms of Io Sky. With Stephanie Valkyrie, I think it's pretty much in the bag too. And there's going to be Rhea Ripley involved and or Asuka and Kairi Sane involved to try to help Io Sky. But I think that's going to push Io over the edge when Asuka's trying to help, but ends up helping her lose the title to Stephanie Valkyrie. And that extends the storyline between them three and the Kabuki Warriors and that kind of storyline. And then this projectile Stephanie Valkyrie to, what was your term, Donnie? What were you saying?
Over.
Yeah, that one. I think Stephanie Valkyrie's got it.
Yeah, dude, Stephanie's got this in the bag. Like right now, everything she's doing is so organic. She's naturally getting over with the fans. And she even just did an interview with Chris Van Vliet. And like, I don't know, I just have this feeling that like they're going to give it to her. And I think that and I think I've said this already, but it's predictions. I might as well say it again. You can say what you want. This will be the match of the night. I think that this might be one of the best women matches of 2025. It has that potential because Io Sky and Stephanie, they do have like two similar styles that I think are going to make such a classic. And I think that this is a match that we're going to be looking back at years from now and saying, wow, like this is better than like, man, like wish we can go back to this time.
Yeah. And to Josh's point, she chose to go to NXT before the main roster to make sure she learns English in the way like things run like around the WWE.
Mm-hmm. The way WWE does things, because she even said the WWE style is different than the Japan style, the Mexico style.
Yeah.
But also Crazy 101 here in the chat. So we get in Rhea versus Stephanie at Crown Jewel, Australia. And would you have Rhea win it or lose it? Because her run with the title would not be long. Stephanie's holding that title for a long time.
If she gets it, yeah.
And I think the person that's going to take the belt off of her is going to be Dan Eddy's girl, Roxanne Perez. And I think that's going to lead to Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble, going to WrestleMania, taking the belt from Roxanne.
You think Roxanne's going to be Stephanie Fakir later on?
Yep. I think so. They're going to set it up.
My man.
All right. So
I
we
got
all in
you.
agreement? Stephanie Fakir?
Yep.
Yes. I think we are all in agreement. And at this point, I might be retaining my championship with all these damn ties.
Nah, we're going to have to find that deal breaker again.
All right, well, moving on now to our next match here on the card. We have a mixed tag match, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. This is the one I think we're going to disagree.
Yep, this one's phenomenal, and I got Becky and Seth winning.
Here we go. I
got fucking Becky and Seth winning because it's way too easy. They've already teased that CM Punk and AJ are not on the same page technically as much as Becky and Seth are. AJ just got back. There's a lot more to go through nowadays, man. You know, she's been gone a long time, and she might not remember how this entirely fucking works. And they've already teased the IC title fucking rivalry with her and fucking Becky Lynch. That's gonna happen. And the way you do that is by giving her something to lose, which is this match with her own fucking husband. That gives you a motive right there. So why win this match and then be like, oh, yeah, I'm coming for your title, too? No, just hit her where it hurts and take her fucking title for her and humiliating you at this fucking pay-per-view.
You see, I have two scenarios running through my head right now with this whole AJ Lee way, because I do see what you're saying. Yeah. She could lose this match. It kind of gives her a little bit of adversity coming back because she hasn't been in the ring in 10 years. And then they could also eventually do like a tournament or something where she does become number one contender.
No, I'm sick of tournaments.
No, but hear me out, Ben. She has to earn a title shot to go against Becky for the belt. You can't just give her a title match. That's why I'm saying scenario 2 could also happen. AJ Lee could be the one to pin Becky to get the win in this mixed tag match. That way, she beat Becky Lynch. You can give her a title shot.
That is actually a solid point. Now I'm conflicted.
So there's two theories. I got CM Punk and AJ Lee winning because I think that CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, we're going to get that match again at the next PLE. But CM Punk is going to beat Seth Rollins.
Insert the morning meme. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
I'm convinced. I got CM Punk and AJ.
Seth. I'm going to go with Seth and Becky. I'm going to go with Seth and Becky because we need a difference, and that's going to be our difference.
Damn it. Do I really want to go after the belt or be different?
I'm going to go for the belt because, listen, you got AJ back, but you're not going to get her getting going off on this just crazy fucking streak. No, we're going to fucking break her down and make her go from the ground up. Now, I'm standing on CM Punk and
it could happen. That's why I'm saying this match is unpredictable.
I'm going with Seth and Becky for this specifically. Of course, they're not going to win clean.
I feel like, the Vision is going to be involved somehow. The Bees, Browns. Damn, this is a tough one too, because I think this is probably the most unpredictable, but yet seems predictable match of the night. I can see Donnie's idea happening, and then also Rage has a good point.
Ooh, Crazy 101 made a good point. AJ Lee could be selling that neck the whole match. Because that's how Well, with the neck, she did. That's one of the reasons why she left and retired in the first place.
Yeah, she's having
Oh,
neck issues.
yeah.
And they have mentioned the neck in the promos.
Yep.
I did know that. That's right.
I'm standing on
Fuck.
business. I got to go Punk and AJ Lee. I got to stand on business. I'm not
You got
switching.
Eddie?
I think I'm going to get. Damn it.
Just spit it out, Junior.
I'm gonna go Punk and AJ Lee.
All right, I'll be the difference
All
maker.
right. Sweet. All right. Well, with that being said, now let's get into our main event match. And I believe this is confirmed that this will be the last match of the show. I hope I'm not wrong because I've
I think
been
it's the
wrong
last
in
match.
these last couple predictions. We have John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Mm.
This is going to be a
this one
bloodbath.
sucks.
We're getting color in this match.
Oh,
I am
abso-fucking-lutely.
predicting
Oh,
that.
definitely.
Oh, absolutely. It
I want to see
sucks
Brock get
because
the color.
I think they're both
this
going to
time.
get
I think
colored.
everybody does.
I think they both will.
But this one's very unpredictable. This one could go either way
Yep.
because I don't see Brock just eating a pin. I don't. But I also don't see. I mean,
Cena winning. Cena's winning. That's who I got.
I actually think that Cena's going to lose because he's going to be written off for a while. So his next appearance after this is, I think, like mid-October, late October, or something like that.
Yeah, for the next PLE,
Yeah,
which I think
so-
is Crown Jewel, right?
Yeah, so I think he's gonna lose because I think that they're gonna write him off.
And if there is somebody to write him off for a
It's Brock
month,
Lesnar,
it is Brock Lesnar. Let
then
me
you
look
can
up the
give him-
date.
and then
the
you can
next
give
PLE.
him a fucking another match with Brock, maybe at Crown Jewel or maybe somebody
Oh
else. I don't know.
no, I really want Cena to work with new people. Like
I
I
do
don't mind
too.
this happening tonight, but I do want to see like him and AJ, which I know we're probably not getting. I want to see him and Dirty Dom with the Intercontinental belt.
With Cena?
Hell yeah.
It's not gonna happen. There's not enough time.
Yeah, he's only got a few appearances left.
Yeah, I'm trying to see like when the next PLE is. Saturday, October 11th. So John Cena,
Perth,
let's say we
Australia.
wrote him off. He would be written off for, let's see, if it's the 20th, 1 week, 3 weeks, he would be written off. Which that is plenty of time.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know, because you could always have him do like he can announce who he wants to face at the next show, or you could have somebody challenge him. I don't know.
Do like an open challenge sort of promo.
Ooh, an open challenge would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because then that would spark people's crowd.
I don't know, man. I
got.
got Cena winning, and then Brock's gonna shake his hand at the end.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Cena.
See,
Me,
last time-
God Tank, absolutely. I'll take that shit from either her and Ripley at the same fucking time, and I'll let her pin me right after.
Yeah, but which one would you volunteer? I will say this: when I was at Raw, when Stephanie Valkyrie was doing her special move, because like where me and Beto were sitting, there was this one security lady, like she was just taking her job so serious, where like she just kept getting up, and because like there was like a rule, if you were sitting on the floor, you had to pour your drinks into like a plastic cup.
Yeah.
And friggin' she just kept standing up, so I thought she was gonna get in my way during the special move. Luckily, that was not the case.
All right, so we all got Cena. Who we got next? All right. Oh,
Well,
so we all
actually,
got Cena.
did Eddie never said who we got?
I never
We got-
said anything. I'm going Lesnar.
Okay.
All right, well, hey, we don't even have to contemplate because I think that does make a difference on whoever wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much, guys,
He hasn't been
pretty much-
pinned since 2023 in SummerSlam.
to recap our answers for the WrestlePalooza predictions, we all have Cody Rhodes defeating Drew McIntyre. We all have the Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed winning against the Usos. We also have Stephanie Valkyrie becoming the new WWE Women's World Champion. Ben has Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, while Dan Eddy and myself have CM Punk and AJ Lee. And in our main event match, Dan Eddy's got Brock Lesnar. Ben and I have John Cena. So the only way the championship could change hands is if Ben wins his prediction with the Rollins and Lynch, or Dan Eddy could win the championship by Brock Lesnar winning and getting the title. So we'll find out who becomes the We Are Wrestling champion this Saturday, which we will be
Donnie,
doing 2 live watch-alongs.
Are you still the first champion to hold that belt?
Yes,
It's
he's the
Rachel
first
the one?
champion. Who the
I
fuck
am the
has it moved
first.
on to?
The first
You've been
and
here
the
whole
last.
time. You've been
I
here
just
the
can't
whole
remember.
time.
I just can't remember if that was the thing before I came on the show.
No, you were here the whole time.
You were
Oh.
here the whole time.
The whole time. You've been on this whole
You
reign
just
of
been-
terror, just like me.
Dan Eddy, you've been here for quite a while now, where it probably doesn't
I
feel
know.
like you were here when we debuted it, but yes, you were here.
Okay,
You were
all right.
here by
I
Mania,
forgot.
bro.
I forgot.
Oh my god, you've been here a long fucking time. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Time flies. We're having fun, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Well, fucking
And
sweet.
speaking of fun, let's get into our We Are Wrestling podcast Getting Put Over segment, where every week we alternate. We pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put
Don't you have a
them
special video
over.
for this to play?
Every week we do this thing called the Getting Put Over segment. We pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put them over. We talk about the defining moments, the accolades, the rivalries, the segments, and our biggest what-ifs. It's time to put a new wrestler over in the We Are Wrestling Getting Put Over segment. It's
Fucking
time to put
fail.
over a new wrestler. And I was hoping you were going to say that. You did exactly what I wanted. This was not rehearsed.
Motherfucker,
Thank
you
you.
laughed. Motherfucker, no, you forgot. No, bitch, you forgot.
I did, man. It's tough being the host with the most, which honestly, with like the new way we're doing things, I cannot wait to get 1 week off a month.
Bro, it's funny because like you reminded me that we had a fucking thing for it. I was like, wait, why is he saying all this? We have a fucking video now.
All right. Well, with the Getting Put Over segment, this week we're going to be putting over, which this was my pick, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. And this is an old school guy, so we're definitely going to have to go back and talk about him a little bit. And the best way, there we go. The best way to do it is talk about the accolades of Mr. Perfect's career.
Oh,
And let me tell you, the man is perfect. So this might take a little while. So bear with me. Here we go. That's right, Spence. Yeet. Anything can happen when you're live. All right. Well, Kurt Hennig is a second generational wrestler. He also was the 1983 Wrestling Observer Newsletter Most Improved Wrestler. Also, he is a one-time AWA Tag Team Champion with Scott Hall in their early days. A one-time AWA World Champion, this was the only World Championship that he's ever held in his career. Also in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Most Improved in 1987. And he is a two-time WWE Intercontinental Champion. 1993, he was ranked number 9 in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500 Wrestlers. This was his closest to being number 1 on that list throughout his career. He is a one-time WCW United States Champion. He is a one-time WCW Tag Team Champion with Barry Windham, who is a former member of the Four Horsemen. And he was inducted into WWE Hall of Fame in 2007. His son, Curtis Axel, won the Intercontinental Championship in 2013 at WWE Payback, and he's also a third-generational wrestler. And he was inducted into the Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame class of 2022. That's where he started his professional wrestling career. And he can hit perfect home runs. He can make basketball shots, friggin' not looking at the hoop. He bowled a perfect 300. He hit a perfect bullseye with darts. He threw a perfect football and caught it at the same time. Who could do that in the NFL? Not any of my LA Rams or not any of your freaking Green Bay Packers. A perfect golf hole-in-one. A perfect dive into a pool. He played a perfect game of pool. And yeah, that is all the accolades for him. What a perfect guy.
My fucking
And he's a
God.
great wrestler too. Didn't you love that, didn't you?
Bro, it's great. You could see the difference from before he got it's a whole difference from the beginning of his career to like the start. You can saw when he was on the juice and when he was off the juice. It's wild because he looked just like fucking.
Dan's drinking the juice right now.
That's probably why his fucking muscles got muscles on him. But he he looked just like Curtis Axel though. Like Curtis Axel looked just like his dad before his dad dyed his hair and went on the juice. It's wild. Like they were fucking twins.
I didn't even know that was his son, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the fucking spinning image, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's
just
wild.
the only difference between Curtis Axel and Mr. Perfect is he doesn't have that noodle hair.
Like he must have gotten a hair transplant or something at some point and then dyed his hair blonde because that dude fucking went back to a full head of hair out of nowhere. I'm like, bro.
Got his hair from his mom or something like that.
Probably.
Mom jeans.
All right, well, let's get into our favorite title run.
I went with the IC title run just because, you know, that's kind of like the same legacy that they kind of solidified him when it came to WWE, and like his own son held it as well. Ironically enough, almost the same design. But yeah, that's kind of just what I know him notoriously by, which shows if you guys couldn't tell, I was not a Mr. Perfect fan. This was 100% for Donnie. Even Google was fucking awful to me. Even Google was awful to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I am an old school wrestling fan. That's kind of why I wanted to pick somebody old school.
You definitely are.
I know there's not a lot of fans. Like, when you get into the product, like, that is what you consider old school. So, like, for you, Ben, I know your definition of old school is ruthless aggression. And, like, Danny Huckins, his old school, his definition of it is attitude era. Me, on the other hand, I love...
His is WWF.
Mine's WWWF. And then Dan Eddy, what's your definition of old school?
I will probably have to say the Attitude Era, because I remember growing up and on my PS1, just not to age myself or anything, but I had the WCW Nitro video game when I think it was Diamond Dallas Page on the cover. So I think that, and I also had a Kevin Nash action figure. So I'll have to probably say Attitude Era.
Yeah, that's fair. We all have like different times when we become fans. But Intercontinental Champion, that's yours. What do you got, Dan?
I got the WCW US Championship in 1997, and like I was just saying, well, I didn't really say it, but this was a little before my time. So I wasn't a huge fan of Mr. Perfect growing up or watched him. But looking back at his title reigns and like the matches he had while holding this title, it was kind of cool to look at some of the matches that he had, because he battled some of the greats like Diamond Dallas Page, like I just mentioned, Lex Luger, Booker T, and Ric Flair, just name some of them. I think I'm pretty sure he battled Chris Benoit during this title reign too, as well.
He was wrestling everybody, man. Around
and it was just kind of cool to look at while I was researching him, because, like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of him growing up or knew much about him, to be honest. But yeah.
And that's the thing I do want to say, like, this is what I love about the Getting Put Over segment, because, like, we all pick, like, one past, present, or future wrestler, and, like, there's some people that, like, we're not going to like all the time. But then there's also going to be people that we learn stuff about, and that's, like, honestly my favorite thing about the Getting Put Over. Like, I like switching it up a little bit.
It's fun.
But for me, I had to also go with the Intercontinental Championship. This was one of... Mr. Perfect was probably easily in my top 3 for all-time Intercontinental Champions, so I just couldn't pick another title because he made that title so prestigious during the time that he held it. And I thought that he was the perfect champ after Ultimate Warrior had to vacate it because he defeated Hulk Hogan for the WWF World Championship. So, like, I thought Mr. Perfect having the belt, like, that was just... I felt like a fresh start for the mid-card division. All right, well, let's get into our favorite match.
Shawn Michaels, 1991. It's fucking Shawn Michaels, man. The dude is one of the best to ever fucking do it. He was another person that could wrestle literally anybody and make them look like $1 million fucking dollars, then let alone Mr. Perfect. So, banger.
I like that.
It was actually one of the first Shawn Michaels matches I ever watched in my entire life, ironically enough, too.
Oh, cool.
That's actually one of the first singles matches I've actually seen.
This happened, I think it was SummerSlam 91.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
No, that'd be my match. I had Bret Hart versus.
Oh,
Mr.
you're right.
No,
You're
no,
right.
no. You're right. That's not some. Okay, yeah.
You're right.
You're right. But it was same year.
Yeah.
Though.
You're right.
It
But it was like around the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my match. I chose Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. I was rewatching that match, and there were some cool spots, and it just seemed like the endurance between the two. They were trying to put on a great show. The chemistry between them. I think Bret Hart eventually, inevitably won with his famous sharpshooter, and I think he won the title off of Mr. Perfect, if I'm not mistaken. But
I can
think,
confirm that. Yes.
yeah, them both really just put on a great show. And it was actually the third out of the 25 best SummerSlam matches of all time.
That is a proven fact. Dan Eddy always coming in with the analytics.
Yep.
Back up what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I also had to go with SummerSlam 1991 because, man, Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect, they just had such good chemistry. Like, they both were some of the greatest technicians of all time. And the thing that because even myself, like, I love watching, like, documentaries before we do these getting put overs, if, like, WWE made one. And I was watching Mr. Perfect's documentary that came out around 2008. And Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect, they both got along really well. They both looked at the business the same. And, man, they went out there and just created magic. And you can't deny the talent that both of these two have. And I think that this really set Bret Hart up for success. Because one thing, too, to also mention, Mr. Perfect, during this match against Bret Hart, was working with a broken back. And he put on a classic. And
and Kurt Angle fucking won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
And that's the thing that's crazy, too, actually, about Mr. Perfect with the broken back. Doctors were telling him not to wrestle this match, but he wanted to do the job. He didn't want to vacate the belt, and he wanted to put Bret Hart over. And that's what happened. This is when Bret Hart finally got his break in the business. Let's get into our favorite segment.
I did not have one because, again, I was not a fan of Mr. Perfect. He's one of those people that I just could not get drawn to, and that's okay. But for anybody that did, on to Dan. I'll pass this one.
So I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite segments. Definitely one that piqued my interest, though. Yeah. We are choosing the time when his this promo where he was destroying the WWF Championship belt.
Wait, real quick, Dan.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect, if he was talking right now, like, he wouldn't be making mistakes. Like, he would have said the right title and all that stuff because he's perfect.
Oh yeah, he would also have the right video package to play beforehand too. So, anyways, I chose the WWF Championship being destroyed backstage, and he was doing that just like despite Hulk Hogan. And like just in general, you don't kind of see stuff like that anymore. Looking back, I feel like the closest resemblance was when Nikki Cross threw the championship belt just in the garbage can. Missed, by the way, but it was like the disrespecting the belts is not really a thing you see anymore these days. Unless somebody can think of something, then I could be wrong. But I feel like that was just sort of an interesting promo to talk about.
Yeah, no, that was a really good one. And this is around the time when he was feuding with Hulk Hogan, correct?
Yeah. He was basically saying this belt is not perfect the way he won it because it was a count out. So he wanted a real title shot with Hulk Hogan by winning the belt the perfect way, in his words.
Man, like little things like that is just what's missing in wrestling today. Like they could just do little things like that. Like it would just make some of the storylines and stuff a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I had to go with my favorite segment, and that is when he turned heel and joined the New World Order. So he pretty much like bashed Ric Flair's head like onto like the steel cage, like bashed his head with like the door of the cage. And then the next night came out in his robe and was just an arrogant prick like he's always been throughout his career. And I thought he cut one of the best promos during this time. Also, I want to give an honorable mention to the rap is crap stuff he was doing in his later run in WCW, because I thought it was like a fun little comedy gimmick he was doing. And never knew Mr. Perfect could sing. He's so perfect. Moving on to our favorite year.
Hall of Fame, 07. And that's obviously for highlighting your entire career, which his was illustrious, even though if I wasn't a fan, still, I'm going to appreciate it. And that's the biggest honors you got. And it's the biggest federation that there is in the sport. So,
yeah, actually the same year, 2007, well deserved. Even though I wasn't a fan either of him particularly growing up, I know he's well known to have a great wrestling career, so it was well deserved.
I just wish, the only thing is, with the Hall of Fame, I wish he was there. It always makes me so sad, when somebody, gets inducted into the Hall of Fame and, they're not with us.
Yeah.
Just seeing the family and stuff, it's cool that they still honor the wrestler. It just makes me sad. Because, he should have been there. But I had to go my favorite year, and that was 2002, even though it was only for 5 months. Mr. Perfect, he made his return to the WWF in the Royal Rumble that year, and he was in the final 3. And this was actually supposed to be a one-off match with him, just as a legend, a surprise appearance. But he was so good that WWE ended up signing him to a full-time contract. And then it just seemed like he was putting on great matches after great matches, putting over young stars. And then, unfortunately, it fell short when we had the plane ride from hell, and he got into a physical altercation with Brock Lesnar. I just thought, this 2002 run was really special because I felt like Mr. Perfect was, having the most fun. And I think sometimes, we're so focused on, the accolades, the world champions, but we sometimes, we forget that, it's also really cool to see wrestlers just have fun. And that's what we got in 2002 with Kurt Hennig. Now getting into our favorite rivalry.
Bret Hart, because Bret is one of the best to ever fucking do it. To quote, best there was, best there was, and best there ever will be. Bret Hart is one of those people that are interwoven in pro wrestling as it is, and anything with Bret Hart is magic. And when you got somebody on the side of Mr. Perfect, who again put on some fucking absolutely incredible matches from what I have seen, it's magic made in heaven. So Bret Hart.
Love that.
Yeah, I chose Bret Hart too because of that match specifically that I chose for my favorite match, and then also what you were mentioning earlier, Donnie, when he turned heel, he was also fighting Ric Flair, and they had some matches down the line. So I feel like those were 2 good choices.
Yeah, Ric Flair, that was a good one, definitely. I was contemplating on picking Flair, but I did have to go with Bret Hart because just the chemistry that these two had, especially with that match at SummerSlam 91, was just something so special. And the way Mr. Perfect put over Bret Hart, which eventually led to the Hitman becoming the WWF World Federation Champion, man, if it wasn't for Perfect, we maybe wouldn't have Bret Hart. At least as a main event guy. But now let's get into our biggest what-if scenario.
What if he debuted in 2025? Would his character still work? That's my biggest thing is, do you think he would still have the illustrious career that he had now, or would he just be another mid-card guy?
That is a good discussion. You see, I feel like his style of wrestling, he would still, I think, be a solid mid-card guy, but it would just be tough because nowadays, wrestlers are focusing more on the crazy spots and the oh my gods and stuff. And I feel like he would kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit.
See, he would get lost in the shuffle because there's guys that are here today that are sitting and catering that I feel like were way more talented than him. So it's just I don't know. I don't know if he would. I don't think he would have this big legacy that he has now.
I think they would underutilize him.
even if at his full capacity, I feel like there's still people that they have now again that are sitting and catering that could wrestle circles around him. Professional wrestling. I'm not talking about like classically trained, but like for the craft and what they're trying to do, I don't think that he would have. I don't think that his character persona and what he did back then would resonate with today's style. If that's what I'm saying, if I'm trying to get there.
Yep. No, thank you. Because like now I know what I was going to say, because when you said this, like in the messages, I was thinking about it. And honestly, like, especially with today's social media, like if he did something that was wrong, like it wouldn't slide. So like he wouldn't be able to do the Mr. Perfect thing. Like,
Yeah.
let's say like he was at the basketball court, for example, when he did the backward shot. Like, let's say there's people there. You already know what they're going to do if they see a WWE superstar. They're going to get their phone out. They're going to record them and then get all the botches. That's why the character I don't think would work. That's a good point.
Yeah. I kind of had a similar what if moment. So in case nobody has heard or remembered, he did die of an overdose in 2003. He was only 44 years old. If you think about it, a lot of the wrestlers that we watch nowadays that are like on top of the main roster are around that age. I think LA Knight's almost 50, to be honest, and then a lot of the other ones as well. So he was only 44 when he passed away in 2003. If he were to still be in the WWE around that time, like we could have had some dream matches, like John Cena or Randy Orton, or Triple H for starters. They did have a little bit of a, I don't know.
They did in like the New Gen era, but then his contract ran up and then he went over to WCW.
Yeah, and they never had a singles match with just Triple H. I think they spent a little time in that Royal Rumble in 2002, but they never had that like one moment, because Triple H's career started like mid 90s. I think it was like 96 or something like that. And that was the time where Mr. Perfect, I think, left wrestling or left WWE.
Yeah, because what they did was because I was watching the documentary, he was like a manager for Triple H because he was doing commentary because of the back injury. So then they had him paired up with Triple H. They were teaming together. And then the contract ran up, and then he made the decision to go over to WCW. So they technically didn't really finish that with Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Right. And then if you think about it, just the advertising in general, Mr. Perfect versus like the best in the world, like CM Punk. So it's just like the what if moment. If he was around at that time, those matches would have been 5-star, no doubt.
Yeah, because even he did pass in 2003, and like let's say like this overdose with the cocaine thing didn't happen, like maybe he would have went to Ring of Honor during like the early days of it, because remind you, like he was out of WWE, but he was still doing stuff with TNA. He was doing stuff with the independents. So maybe we could have gotten him in Ring of Honor. He could have worked with CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, all those names, and did the perfect gimmick.
Yep.
That's a good one. So my what if scenario I had to go with is, what if Mr. Perfect was the manager of his son, Curtis Axel, and Paul Heyman wasn't the manager for Kurt Hennig or for Curtis Axel? So here's my pitch. Here's what I would have done if I was head of creative. If Mr. Perfect was still alive, I would have definitely rebranded Curtis Axel, because the Michael McGillicuddy thing that he was doing with the Nexus just wasn't working. So I would have just had him still repackaged as Curtis Axel, Mr. Perfect's son, maybe have him win the Intercontinental title like he did at Payback. And then what I would have done when he lost the championship, I would have done the complete opposite character of Mr. Perfect. So Curtis Axel will go on this like crazy losing streak, and he would be known as like Mr. like not perfect or something, Mr. Mistake or something. Yeah. And then like his dad can give him shit, and I think it would be a fun little like gimmick and get the perfect thing over.
Gotcha.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else before we get into our main event topic?
Nope, that'd be all.
No.
All right. Well, this week, guys, we ended up putting over Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Definitely one of my favorite ones so far, because I am an old school guy. So it is kind of cool to put over somebody from the past. But now, next week on the We Are Wrestling podcast, episode 175, we are going to let you guys vote on 4 wrestlers. And we're going to let you guys decide for episode 175 who we put over. And then for episode 176, we're going to get back on track because I don't think we talked about it here on the show. So we might as well just talk about it now before we get into our main event. Danny Huckins will be returning to the We Are Wrestling podcast starting next week. And Dan Eddy has been absolutely killing it, filling in for Danny Huckins. And at first, it was supposed to be just temporary, but the more Dan Eddy has been on here, the more both Rage and myself have fallen in love with having you on the show. So we wanted to do something to make it work for all 4 of us. And I thought of maybe having all 4 of us on the show, but then Rage said, yeah, that's going to be very tough to do with 4 freaking maniacs just talking. So we want to keep it 3 people at a time. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to rotate every week. So next week on the show, pretty much where Ben is at the bottom, that's going to be Danny Huckins. Yeah. And myself and Dan Eddy are going to be doing the show with Danny Huckins next week. And then the week after, and at the next week, we rotate. So pretty much every week, it's going to be 3 people, but one of us will not be here. So I hope you guys are excited. If the Danny-acs are here in the live chat, I hope you guys are excited for him to come back. I know he's excited. The Danny-acs, that's right. They run wild, brother. So there is some changes that are happening, and we hope you guys like it because I think that it's going to work out very good for all 4 of us.
Important question.
Yep.
Am I gonna be on top next week?
Yeah, I think we're gonna make Danny the bottom bitch.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because you've been doing pretty good, Dan Eddy. Like we're gonna have to put you at the top. Danny Huckins got to earn his spot to the top.
I got a multi-year contract. Yes.
All right. Well, now with that being said, let's get into our main event topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. And man, everybody is talking about it. WWE, they did a press conference and they announced that WrestleMania 43 is going to be taking place in Saudi Arabia. It's official. And there's a lot of negative heat right now in WWE for this. And I do have all the news here. So here we go. The Royal Rumble 2026 will be happening on January 31st. 2026. That is the confirmed date for the Rumble next year that's happening in Saudi. So here are the reports about WrestleMania 43. According to the PW Insider, and at any point, if you guys have anything like you want to add to any of this, just let me know. All right. Well, according to PW Insider, it was said that WWE is getting paid a mind-blowing amount of money for WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. Not surprised at all by that. Moving on, according to Fightful, here's a couple things that came out. There were words earlier this year of WWE attempting to do a WrestleMania branded event in Saudi Arabia, similar to what they did with the Greatest Royal Rumble match, while still doing a WrestleMania event in North America. Sources connected to the Saudi show said the government made it clear they wanted actual WrestleMania. WWE sources also suggested that this is why WWE has gone so hard in promoting WrestlePalooza as a huge event out of the gate and plan to moving forward. The likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock have not yet been approached for a potential match over a year and a half down the line at WrestleMania 43. And according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Meltzer noted that I can't share with you the exact number, but WWE asked for a higher number, more than $100 million, as the show will feature The Rock if the agreement is reached, and will be packed mega star show as the General Entertainment Authorities requested. Another name that has been talked about is Stone Cold, At this point, Stone Cold is yet to be confirmed from the Saudi Arabia side. What they have been told by WWE and or Austin is that he wants to make sure that he is healthy and would be physically ready to do a match. Austin has great pride and was happy with the idea of Kevin Owens being his last match. And also, Saudi is pushing for The Rock to wrestle either Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. So let's talk about it, guys. How do we feel first as a whole with WrestleMania taking place in Saudi?
Hasn't changed since the first time we talked about events in general being out in Saudi, bro. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Saudi, the whole Saudi thing is just fucking, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know what to say because I don't really have anything new to put. I have nothing new to say. I think it's kind of a sellout. It's whack. That means WrestleMania times are going to be fucked up that weekend. Like, where they're going to be super fucking early. Like, it fucks everything up for a lot of people over here at the States. You know, like, a lot of people aren't going to be able to fucking swing that early because they're working some weekends. Like, they fucked up. So I don't know, man. I'm not about it. I don't obviously support it. I'm gonna watch it maybe. I don't know. I'm just not about it at all. I think it's just a cop out for more money. And like, I know that they're doing it to get out of debt, but who got TKO into fucking debt in the first place? So I don't know. You're ruining it all for us and be like, oh yeah, you know, we don't want the tickets to be this high, but we kind of have to for our big ass debt. But then said, oh, we have no plans on changing the prices for shit. So I don't know, man. The whole thing is just fucking garbage.
And then also too, like WrestleCon and like all of these stars that are outside of WWE, they make a lot of money during WrestleMania week, and they're not going to be able to do that if WWE goes to Saudi for WrestleMania 43.
Well, congratulations, you fucked up more people's shit.
Yeah, it's just sort of mind baffling when you think about it a lot more. Like at first, you just kind of get like a numb feeling about it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But when you really start thinking about it, they have one event, maybe two, in Saudi Arabia a year, and to make the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia,
it still feels lukewarm.
It doesn't move the needle. When you think about it, they've had plenty of PLEs, like tremendous crowds. They've had, iconic moments in different PLEs, whether it was Backlash and Lions, or like even just Philadelphia WrestleMania with the greatest match of all time to begin with, in my opinion. But there's other ways they could go about it, because they always say, oh, the European crowds, France, Scotland, what have you, are always great to us, and we wish we could return the favor. Well, this was your chance. You fucking fumbled it. It was on a silver platter, and to pick Saudi Arabia for straight up money, it's just the way they did it with John Cena, but in this way they did it to the fans.
It's just such bullshit, and that's the thing too. Like, it's not even gonna feel like WrestleMania week. Like, I know, like, they're probably still gonna do access. They're still gonna do all the things that they've done, and I won't be surprised if like they probably announce an NXT show. I'm sure they'll do a WWE Hall of Fame, but like, I don't know. It's just not gonna have that same feeling for us. But that's the thing too. Like, man, the amount of money that they are giving WWE, this is something that people have been talking about. Do you think if this was TNA or AEW and they got an offer of $250 million to bring in All In or TNA Bound for Glory, do you think they would do it?
I would want TNA to do it just for that one time, so they get a fucking TV deal, a bunch of money, so they can finally upgrade their product the way that they need to do it. See, circumstances are circumstances.
But with AEW, do you think Tony Khan would do that?
Fuck no, because Tony Khan could just pay it out of his own goddamn pocket. No, I don't think he would have.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Tony Khan would do it because I feel like he cares about the fans, and like, you could tell the fans are not happy about WrestleMania 43 happening in Saudi. They played all this announcement on SmackDown, and they got booed heavily and chanted, "You sold out."
Yep.
And it's funny just checking out Well, watching the press conference to begin with, you see all the wrestlers in the back. They were acting like they were being held at gunpoint in order to be there. Like they were forced to stand behind them.
Wasn't like this. It was the second or third show, right, in Saudi that like something happened where like they were stuck there because of like an incident with money. Because I remember something crazy happening there.
I think so.
Some people got locked down and, like,
it rubbed people the wrong way. But Crazy 101, you make a good point here. I just feel bad for the women. Me too. And like you could just look at a lot of their faces that were at the press conference and you could just tell like how disappointed they are. Like they didn't even want to be there, but they had to be because they're under contract with WWE. I know Bianca Belair did make a controversial statement during one of the press conference interviews that she did after the announcement and pretty much was asked like her thoughts on all this. And she thinks that it's a good move for WWE and that they have been making strides into the right direction because at first they couldn't even have female wrestlers wrestling there. But I don't know. I still feel like even with like the laws and stuff that are in like Saudi, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be having WrestleMania.
Donnie, did you see Thunder Rosa's response to Bianca Belair?
Yeah. What did she say again? Like, do you have that up on your screen?
I'm looking it up right now.
Because I did see like something with like a report.
So I'm quoted courtesy of WrestleTalk.com. She says they give them money, we're gonna give you a show. Fucking ads. That's it. Ads, really. The stakeholders are calling the shot, and you have to go for I think this was it. Yeah. This is part of your job, Bianca. You were absolutely right. The women that are participating in these shows are making history because 7 years ago they couldn't participate. But again, it's like you're not going to change how society looks at women in these countries. This is part of historical religions and everything else.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's basically saying, shut the fuck up, do your job.
Yeah, and pretty much too, like Thunder Rosa was saying, like regardless, like you're not going to be able to change like what's happening. But yeah, no, I think a lot of us are disappointed.
Well, when Thunder Rosa gets to WWE, she can talk about her opinion, but it doesn't fucking matter when you're like, oh, I do the job. It doesn't fucking matter if you would do the job or not. The point is, these women aren't going to be fucking, they're not going to be treated any fucking different, dude.
And they're going to have to pretty much cover up fully for their matches.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up as in do your fucking job. No, 90% of the roster didn't even want this fucking deal to begin with. So no, you shut the fuck up and get good enough to be in WWE first, bitch. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, nah, dude. I'm not a Thunder Rosa guy, if you couldn't tell.
Oh, I'm a Britt Baker guy.
Yeah, I'm a Britt Baker guy too.
I'm not a fan of Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, fuck Thunder Rosa.
But I will. But I also.
autographs.
But here's the thing I will say now, with this happening, being official, WrestleMania 43. Now, if we don't get the biggest, most stacked wrestling card out there, then this is just utter bullshit.
It's gonna be riot.
The whole thing's utter bullshit in general.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Las Vegas, I believe, from what I read, which I don't 100% confirm this, but it was, I think, $5 million that they paid for WrestleMania to happen there, while Saudi's paying $250 million. So, like, you better be getting Stone Cold. You better be getting The Rock. You better be getting these larger-than-life names and make this a special WrestleMania.
Let's find out
if not, this is going to go down as one of the worst Manias of all time.
Yeah, well, we'll get there when we get there. I'm done talking about Saudi.
Okay, well, one more thing.
There's a rumor.
Motherfucker, what?
Oh, go there.
What's the rumor about Saudi?
About someone called Steve Austin returning, like Donnie said, and there was also a rumor about Naomi coming back for WrestleMania that year and defending the title.
Well, I think she'll be back by then. But here's the only thing the last thing I want to ask before we do close off, because I'm sure we're going to get a lot more news we're going to be covering until WrestleMania 43. So now the last statement Dave Meltzer made on the Wrestling Observer newsletter was Saudi is pushing for The Rock versus either Roman or Cody.
No,
who should The Rock face?
Neither of them. Oh my God, he can't commit to shit, bro. So no. How about no? Stupid fucking Prince with your stupid fucking, I'm gonna play with my fucking toys like a fucking Nepo baby ass bitch. No, fuck, dude. No.
He
No.
wants to play with his Labubu's.
He's paying fucking millions of dollars to play with fucking real life Labubus, dude. I'm good with that shit. Fuck, dude.
Who's worse, the Saudi governor or Tony Khan? When it comes to
Fucking
playing,
Saudi makes Tony Khan look like a fucking golden child. Fuck.
I am over this whole Rock thing because, like, if he can't even commit, like, you're right. I just wanted to ruffle your feathers before we ended this week's episode.
I think the Roman Reigns is only a choice because they feel like they fumbled it with having it being Roman versus Cody instead of Roman, like the original plan was.
I do think that, like, they're going to pay all the money in the world to get Roman versus Rock. That's probably what's going to happen at 43, and I think that's the only way you're going to get the casual fan to actually be intrigued. I think we're not going to give a fuck, but the casual fan will probably be excited about it. We got Bradley here in the live chat, one of our We Are Wrestling members. What's going on?
Yeah.
How's it going to work? It's going to be WWE/TKO wants, what ESPN wants, what Saudi government wants. Pretty much they're bending over for anybody at this point, and it's sad. Really sad to see.
Yep.
All right, well, is there anything else before we close off this week's episode?
Nope.
All right. That was fun ruffling your feathers up a little bit there, but
dude, fucking
I love you, Ben.
Love you, dude.
At least you don't have to be here next week. You get a break from me.
Saudi. It's not you, it's Saudi. Shit makes my fucking blood boil.
I'm sure we're gonna have to talk about them next week, unfortunately.
Oh, thank fucking God. Thank God.
At least say hi to us in the
If
chat.
Donnie,
Obviously,
if Donnie
I'll say
retains
hi,
the belt, you can at least avoid him for a week too.
Yeah.
I heard WWE's having a PLE in Italy. That would be cool.
I did see
wouldn't
that
mind
just now, yeah.
The prices for the 2026 Mania will
Yep,
go
already
up.
covered that.
Yep, we already talked about that. So we might as well advertise the rest of the week because we are uploading content all week long here. Whoop, that's the wrong thing again. What the hell am I doing? All right, there we go with the graphic. What a week it's been. And let's just talk about it tomorrow. Danny Huckins returns the We Are Wrestling. Myself and Danny will be doing a live AEW All Out predictions around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and talk about some additional news that wasn't on this week's episode in a brand new extra. Then on Friday, myself and my fiance went to Monday Night Raw in Springfield, and that vlog should be up on the channel. I think I got some really good footage for you guys, so I'm hoping to have that done and uploaded Friday. Then on Saturday, we have a live watch along for AEW All Out in the afternoon. Myself, I'll be there, and don't know who else will be with me. Probably just myself. And WrestlePalooza will be happening later on that night, and we'll be doing a watch along for that. And I can't confirm. Where the hell is everybody? There we are. Can't confirm who's going to be there and who's not, because we, to be honest with you, didn't even talk about it. All right, well, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, hope you enjoyed a brand new episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. If you did, smash that like button now. If you're listening to this, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download this episode and all the previous episodes, which there is over 174 episodes. So if you want to rewatch them, there you go. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you get these episodes of the We Are Wrestling podcast live, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be a part of this community. You get to go in the chat, and you don't even have to send super chats to interact with us. And we do live watch-alongs on here for all the WWE, AEW pay-per-views, reactions, vlogs, everything pro wrestling. Make sure to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description box below. You can go follow myself, Rage, and Dan Eddy down in the description box below. Rage be twitching away, rocking out to music. Dan Eddy, on the other hand, he's about to be on Twitch consistently, covering football and watching football games probably.
I haven't even touched Streamlabs in weeks. Yeah, that's the plan.
It will happen.
I'll
that is
let
the
you guys
plan.
know when I'm starting.
He's a man with the plan.
Definitely.
He's a man with the plan. And myself, I am on Best One Donnie, my toy channel, and I'm posting daily content over there. Just hit 2,400 subscribers. So if you guys want to go support all of us,
Nice.
links are down in the description box below. It really does help us all out outside of We Are Wrestling. But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling maniacs out there worldwide, and AEW is 3 hours tonight, apparently. And if you want to watch that, go hang out with Danny over on his channel, Danny Hunkins PW. He's coming back tomorrow. We are taking over. Peace.